nigga.
Back to the BoatTalk, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. You know, every week we doing the thing. I got Big P with me now.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel
been
me?
a minute, my
Y'all
boy.
already gotta know. He don't
Yes,
even
sir.
need no introduction, but you know, tell other people know who don't know who you
know,
is,
I mean,
man.
hey, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm P, man. Like, I ain't trying to be nothing. You know what I mean? I am who I am.
Yeah.
I don't really represent too much. You know what I mean? If you know me, you came up with me, then you know who it is. There's enough negative energy out there.
Real shit.
You know what I mean? I ain't got to tap in on nothing like that. We just, you know, and I'm me. I'm trying to get back to just, you know, me. You understand?
Yeah,
like, that's
real,
what
real.
it is. I ain't
See,
really
where we at now,
no
man? Like I tell people, man, one of the things I admire about you, dog, is you know, coming from where you come from, changing the narrative. You feel me? That was big. That was big. I feel like that was a big move for you. Like just you and your, you know, where you from, period, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
How you feel like, you know, coming from where you come from, like, you know, if anybody know, like, how you feel, what is it like now to be where you at now, and, you know, having, you know, pretty much a whole, we talking about a whole hood of jacks probably, like, lift you up to a level of, like, you know, big dog status. Like, you know what I'm saying? How that feel, like, pretty much being, you know, being who that is?
Man, it's like, I feel like I'm one of them people, like that little 1 in a million, that little 1% that's able to make it out. But I feel like I owe something for that. You know what I mean? I feel like ultimately it's gonna be something where, you know, I come back and actually be an advocate for, you know, either the youth or something like some way to where like I bridge that gap between this, like, cause I know both sides of the track, so it's like kind of just feel like I got it feel like I got a duty to fulfill. That's what it feel like, bro. That's what it feel like. It feel like the Lord be calling me, bro.
That's real,
be
dog.
calling me like, hey man, like Parrish, you ain't doing what you need to be doing right now. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, real shit.
You know what I mean? And I done mentored and coached young men, all different nationalities, even black dudes.
Bro, I used to love even watching your videos, just you know, laughing when you was, you know, in the army. You used to, all these videos where you interact with so many different races of men. You know what I'm saying? But they all still respecting you for who you is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's major coming out the hood. It's not, you know, especially when the mentality is like, oh, I deserve the respect of, you know, people in my hood. But you went places outside of your hood and still got that same respect. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
because
I think that's major.
I think first thing that I lead with is like even back in high school, like even, you know, a nigga come from wherever they come from or whatnot, but I always led with respect first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of like, it started at the house, you know what I mean?
Real
like
shit.
when you come outside, first thing you gonna do before you violent, before you disrespectful, before you anything, you know what I mean? You gonna respect, you know, I don't have to respect you as a individual or what you do, but just general respect.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of helped me blend a little bit. But at first, it was a real culture shock for real. Like I couldn't really tap into it. Like I think coming from the north side and then going into, basic training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of my first few months there, like I had issues. You know what I mean? Like I could tell I was going through like a behavioral drift.
That's real.
Acting out, because, when you come from a certain, area, you kind of act like that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to discipline myself a little bit more. We waking up at certain times.
Yeah.
I wasn't a team player. I ain't know how to know. I ain't know how to work as a team.
That's
you
real.
know what I mean?
Damn, that's some deep shit.
Yeah, man. I just left a situation where, like, people grew up with each other, and basically, you know how it is these days. Things get shaky in the clique.
Yeah.
People go to killing each other, all this
Yeah,
little different type of shit, stealing from each other,
Yeah.
cut shit. So I came into the military with that mentality. Like it's me against everybody in this bitch. Like we can, you know what I mean? Let's go to the line.
That's crazy, because that's the whole opposite of what the military is.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy.
They don't understand. They don't understand that type of. They don't understand that type of body language. They don't understand that. That's not how they really deal with their problems.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? It could be something simple, and I'm like, man, hey, like fuck all that bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? You can even go get your mouth guard, whatever. Let's go to the. Let's go to the bathroom, and you know what I mean. Let's handle this shit, man. Like I ain't like let's just squash it. Like that's the only thing I knew at first was violence, bro. Yeah, cause that's we kind of like came up in that shit.
Do you feel like it was something that the military broke you, or that was something that you embraced?
I think I just always been like a adaptable person.
Yeah.
Like I've been able. I think God's grace, bro. Like I've been able to adapt. I ain't know I would adapt the way that I adapted. But in the same breath, it ain't really changed.
Bro, it really did, bro. I gotta say, bro, you made the military like your thing.
Bro.
You feel me? Like, like you made the best of the situation. Like I saw you, like it's a few of y'all. You, shout out to David Jemison, shout out to Marcus White, that really went into the military, and I didn't see was miserable. You feel me? Like
man.
y'all really went into it with a mindset of I ain't gonna let this change me. I'm gonna be me, but I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna really use my opportunity to like better me. So I shout out, like my hats go out like to y'all boys for sure, cause like y'all are really like I seen a lot of boys go out, come back, they changed, was different. Fell out with it, went AWOL, all type of stuff. Like they couldn't really handle it. But I seen y'all go into it, embrace it, let it impact y'all families. You know what I'm saying? So that's big ups to y'all, man. Shout out to Marcus White and David,
man. Shout out them boys.
Shout out to y'all
them
boys,
did
man.
Their thing, man. Them boys always tap in with me too, just on little different occasions and shit. I tap in with them boys every now and then. It don't even gotta be long and drawn out, but just something like, hey, salute, and we go on about our way. It's basically how me and you do it for the most part. How grown men rock, bro.
Yeah. Now you when you been in the military, you went to war. Yeah. I remember you went to war, right?
Yeah,
okay. How mental was that?
Shit, really. So for me, bro. All right. Let me tell you what I was coming. First, I got. If we talking about combat shit.
Yeah, you feel me?
I
want to know your perspective.
If we talking about exchange of gunfire, right?
You done came from
then
that.
Right.
You feel me?
So let me tell you how I adapted to it. So, shit, by the time I was 18, 19, I already had like 10 homeboys in the ground, bro.
Yeah.
And there's a whole cycle that come with that. It ain't just niggas just went in the ground.
Yeah.
It's like stuff attached to this. We still walk through these neighborhoods. We still do that. So this my way of saying that without putting anything on a specific date and this and that, bro, and not trying to glorify this street shit, you know what I mean? Because really we just was emotional little boys and we couldn't really, we couldn't gather our emotions and realize that, you know what I mean, that really it's only a few options, you know what I mean? And then you trauma bond with people.
Facts,
trauma bond with people. Y'all hurt, y'all high, y'all get drunk. It's time to, you know what I mean? We going because of our friend that we just lost. Really, we hurt. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So shit, like I seen shit on the north side of Jacks that I ain't see in combat. Like shit, hey, like I ain't never in Afghanistan. I ain't never held nobody bleeding out.
Yeah.
Like the north side of Jack. So,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's something that I experienced way before I even got in.
Yeah.
Just so happened, you know how I rocked in high school, bro. You know what I mean? Like I was doing my little thing. Really, too, before I just wasn't focused, bro. I wasn't focused. I ain't never been dumb. I ain't never been in it. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't
you ain't
think
never came off as that type of nigga ever.
I didn't apply myself, bro, because of the environment that was around me and how I was raised. And you know, when you come up in the you know, when you come up in the street and people know you and stuff, you get attached to that. You go to where the love at, you know what I'm saying, or where you think the love is, bro. But transferring that shit over to Afghanistan, it wasn't really too much. It just was a little bit more tactical, you know what I mean? Like I got to Afghanistan, we in a 6-hour back and forth, you know what I'm saying?
That's unreal.
Yeah, that's unreal,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Like I ain't never thought it could even go
Like, yeah, when
long.
like you said, when you come from the
understand?
hood, you like, you know, quick couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
Bro.
Like, we talking about a 6-hour standoff.
Man, 6 hour standoff,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Listen, and
that's
then
some unreal shit. That's crazy.
listen, 6 hour standoff. It done push past that, but 6 hour standoff, bro. And listen, I'm talking about your adrenaline go. I don't care what these little dudes be talking about, or what any of these niggas rap about, or any of that shit. When that shit be going on, man, your adrenaline get the rushing. You gon' think about the way your life, especially if a nigga firing back at you. You know what I'm saying? So then over there, they ain't got no handguns. They chopping.
Yeah.
These chops. You see what I'm saying? These chops. These nothing but chops, bro. And just so happen, in one specific scenario, you know what I mean? Like we coming up a mountain. If you on a mountain, you silhouetted.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They go to clapping, clap, clap, clap. You know what I mean? You know, we get down, push up.
Yeah.
And that's how that shit basically kicked off, you know what I mean? I done did all type of shit over there, bro. Like, it's one of them things that I don't really, you know, I used to talk to the Lord, bro, before I used to go out on those situations. You know what I mean? It's one thing when you ain't prepared for it and stuff like that, but I got real close to God over there, bro.
You got to.
I got
feel
real
like
close to
every
God,
day
bro.
is like, you don't know if it's going to be the end of the day.
That's how it was, bro. You want to know the truth, bro? So my first night I slept in Afghanistan. You know, they got the little sirens and stuff when we have bombs and shit coming in.
Yeah, okay.
They used to, you know, the people, they used to bomb the FOBs all the time.
Yeah.
So my first night, bro. So the instructions were, you know, when that siren go off, you get your ass up, you know, and you go down to the bunker. Bro, my first night, bro, I ended up in the bunker. Man, I ended up in the bunker in my motherfucking tan t-shirt, nigga. I had on boxers. And my boots was on the wrong feet, nigga, and I got my shit like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, boy.
This crazy. Like, this for real,
this ain't the north side, bro. This shit crazy, bro.
And it's crazy because, you know, like you said, in the street shit, it has the time it just be some dumb shit. These people fighting about some whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, they reasoning is behind way deeper than what some street shit is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother level of, like, hatred toward wanting to kill you versus, like, you know what I'm saying, the average street nigga who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They doing it with a purpose, like, for real, you know
so
what I'm
they
saying?
doing it for their religion.
But yeah, it's a purpose for them.
You know, truth be told, like, on a personal level, I feel like if you come to my backyard, and you start setting up in my backyard, I'm coming out with the chop. It's really that simple. So it's kind of like one of them things that, like, I went over there, you know, I did my thing because these things that I had to do in my life, you know what I mean? And I didn't even never predicted myself to be in that scenario. But, I mean, ultimately, you know, I got back and I'm like, fuck, like, what the fuck we were doing over there?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, you know what I mean? Like, my company came back with, like, 75 bodies. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But luckily, we ain't lose nobody. I think I had a buddy lose his leg or something like that. But that's about it, though, bro. But like you were saying, though, this shit out here in the city, though, or in the streets, just period, not nothing specific. This shit don't really be about nothing. But once the blood gets shed, now it seems like it's about something. And then everybody forget that the beginning was some silly ass shit. You get what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real, dog. The escalation
that's
of that,
what I'm saying.
That's
the
real.
escalation of the shit. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Now let me ask you about this. I know, you know, I know we definitely relate on this because, you know, I lost my dad last year, man.
Yeah.
How was that, man? How you dealing with that? How you? How you bouncing back from that one?
So it's so crazy, bro, because as soon as my daddy died, bro, like, I'm the oldest male. I'm his son. I'm his oldest son.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, really just the way I had to position myself at that time, bro, I had to be a rock, a strength for all the people around me, bro. Like, it's like God is already, God already G'd me up, you know what I mean, for this.
I feel you on that one.
I went to looking at, you know, went to thinking about, you know, my daddy looking at me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a little brother, little sister, nieces, nephews, sister. I got a big sister, but really I'm the big brother. So that means something, that means something to her too.
Yeah.
So, you know, this was around COVID and shit like that. So a lot was going on, and I was staying way out in Washington at the time. So how I bounced back from that, bro, just remembering who he was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? And not like one of those things where like, you know, trying to make him paint him up as a certain thing.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like, bro. It was like he ain't take no shit.
Yeah,
he
wasn't no bullshit.
Yeah, nah, man. My dad was like, you know what I mean? Like he was a people person, humanitarian. You know what I mean? He attract to the thugs and the bombs and shit like that. You know what I mean? Not in a way like, you know, but he just was a good nigga, bro, all around. So I just went to thinking about the stuff that he raised me up on. You know what I mean? The things that my daddy taught me.
I tell people, though, I say, what one thing about me, you know, I lost my daddy. It was kind of like you reach this like you reach this new level of like, it's a different feeling when your daddy really, I can say this, it's a different feeling when your daddy has like kind of left you with everything you need to be left.
Yeah.
Like it's a different, like I feel like, you know, as a man, like, you know, you lose your daddy, like, you know, it's gonna hurt regardless, but it's a good difference, like satisfaction of knowing like, I'm leaving my son, but I know he's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he already done started out good in life. He taking care of his family already. He got the concept of everything. Hell, I tell people, it probably like with my daddy leaving, he knew that, you know, even with him leaving, like, you know, my son good. Like he gonna be able, he taking care of his kids. He's a great father. Like he doing what I couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's another like level of like acceptance when you do lose that. I'm gonna say like your mama gonna be your mama. That's gonna be a whole nother ball.
Yeah, that's a whole
different ball game.
You know
I'm talking about your
yeah.
daddy like accepting it and being like, you know, like I said, I know my daddy watching. I'm like seeing me do the things I'm doing, but just knowing like, you know what I'm saying, like I can leave this earth knowing, like I tell people all the time, like with my kids, like, you know, my biggest fear right now, like with my boys only being 11 and 6, is leaving because I'm like, it's too early.
Yeah,
I ain't taught them the game, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I ain't got them ready yet. But if I was to leave right when I knew they were ready, I would be content, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm leaving my legacies at
and truth be told though, bro, it's like, you know what? Look, somebody gonna teach them the game. So
you feel me?
What I'm trying to tell you is too, like, they might be 11 and 6, but I know, I remember when I was around that age, like I just remember, I can see visions. I was at a bloody dog fight. And I see, you know what I mean, just exposure. I think it's exposure, dog. Like exposure, that way when you get older, this stuff ain't so amusing to you. You know what I mean? You ain't wide-eyed to everything. I saw guns. I saw drugs. I saw the blood. I saw the.
And that's crazy you say
like
that, bro. I was
just
I was just explaining that to somebody else. They was like, oh, you don't hide like guns stuff from your kids. I said, nah, because I love the fact that like all the shit I do, like even with like, you know what I'm saying, the money I made, the things I do in life, like I love the fact, and I always share that shit with my kids. Like whether I'm out of town, like I always share, I'm like, because I want them to see that lightness of, you ain't impressed by like when you get another nigga coming to da-da-da. Man, my daddy been on that. My daddy had me on that. So that shit don't impress me.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I take my kid, we done been to Miami, we done been to Bourbon, we done, where you at is, you want to do that, we can do, like we can go to these things, because it's like, I don't want you impressed, like, because I promise you, it be a facade.
It be a facade.
It be a facade. This right here is real. Like, this your daddy working and really taking care of y'all. Like, this is real. That shit you gonna see from somebody your age, it's a facade or it's built by somebody else who do what I'm doing for you. Like, don't let it be known, like, don't look at them like, oh, that's them. Nah, it's somebody behind it.
It's somebody behind it.
It's somebody behind it. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. And ain't nothing wrong. That's how the game's supposed to be. A lot of us wouldn't be in trouble, half the bullshit we had been in, if it was somebody like that doing what we supposed to be doing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Or if we just was listening to what people told us. You get what I'm saying? So I think, like, the shit that you saying, like, little dudes, you know what I mean? They go down that way, you know what I mean? People people missing that love and that acceptance and that coaching and that mentorship from the people in the house, bro.
Yeah.
Because the older folks focus on everything else. They ain't raising the kids how they used to raise the kids.
It ain't the same no more.
The kids,
yeah,
it ain't really
it ain't the same no more. It ain't the same no more.
Obviously, with time come new challenges. You get what I'm saying? You gotta adapt. But I think that's what's leading these kids to this shit. Like, bro, like I see good kids, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, good kids in the middle of wars, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, what the fuck? This shit be crazy. Like, and then not only that, the good kid in them end up coming out like in a way. You know what I mean? It might not come out like, hey, I'm a good kid, but you know, through your actions, it shows. You know what I mean? Facts. It'll show that you not stone bone like that. How you trying to portray, bro? So everybody want this little image of because. You know what I mean? They ain't walking in the light of their father. You know what I mean? You don't gotta walk directly in the light of them, but you gotta take what he instilled in you, bro, and apply it and everything else. It take a village too. Yeah. So I mean, shit, really, that's really what it is,
that's
bro.
Real. Now let me ask you this, while we, we're on top of some real shit right now. I mean, I know, Lil Charles is definitely your cousin, aka, FOOLIO. What's your intake? What's your heart on that? What's your deepness on that? I've always, and it's crazy because you get the clickbait, you get the people who don't really know. But like I said, to even piggyback, I saw your Facebook post a while back, and it was saying like, everybody mourning now, but we've been mourning. Charles, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was so deep, that resonated with me on a different level. Yeah, on a different level. Like,
that shit was deep for real though. Sometimes I say some shit, I be like, damn,
that was super deep. Like when you said it, I was like, damn, that's crazy. It's like you said, y'all talking about it now. Man, we were already prepared for this day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's your, giving you the floor, like what's your you know what I'm saying?
That's Lil Cuz, man, really at the bottom line, you know what I mean? So I think being from where he was from, you know what I mean, growing up in what he grew up in, experiencing the shit that he experienced, and then not only that, being one of them 0.1%ers that end up getting a platform, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Coming out the Ville, that's big.
Like, you know what I mean? Shit, by the time Cuz was already, 14, 15, whatever age that was, bro. He already done got shot. And I want to say right prior before that, my big cousin, God bless his dead, Rick the Ruler, you know what I mean, he got killed. So, I mean, truth be told, bro, ultimately how I feel about that shit, bro, like as the man that I am today, and it's the same shit I used to talk to him, you know what I mean? I feel like people have to look at certain situations and learn from it. You know what I'm saying? It's only one thing to do is learn from it, bro. Like, I can't believe my little cousin got that close to, you know what I mean? Like them big screens like that. And kind of just fucked it up, really, because of influence and because of bloodshed and because all these things that continuously trap us, bro. You can't even go be great because you know what I mean? Like, but nah, that little nigga was a fool though. You know what I mean? Like, Lil Cuz was a fool though, man. Like, I don't know what people be saying about him and this and that. You know what I mean? Everybody got their preference. I know he, you know what I mean, said things to hurt people. He probably, I know, did things to hurt people and shit like that. So he got to be judged for that too. You get what I'm saying? I can't take that away and take that from nobody, you know what I mean, from everybody else. Like, y'all gonna feel how y'all feel, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's my little cousin, you get what I'm saying? And I ain't never and the thing is, I ain't never really supported the beef shit like that, you get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never support the beef shit like that, you know what I mean, or the smoke, I ain't care nothing about that. It's like, man, look, hey, cuz, look, I catch cuz saying, making a little song that's kind of like off that smoke shit, ain't really, some little mainstream shit. I'm like, cuz, you need to stick to that right there, man. You know what I mean? Do that little whip bump shit or something like that. You might, you know what I mean? Sometimes opposites attract. You look like this gutter shit, and if you say some whip bump shit, they might, you know what I mean? Lil Cracker might get on there and do whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
real.
Bro, you gotta sex this shit, bro. Like, that's what I was saying.
I like you even say about you being just kind of disappointed him getting to that out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm big on, like, you know, I don't never believe in like capitalizing off something like that. But if the circumstances is what it led to, and you blew up, you know, I think you run with it, but you also find a way to keep it safe because the way you got it ain't gonna be the way you gonna be able to keep it.
Yeah,
and that go for a lot of shit in life. You might have got it one way, but to keep it, you gonna have to move a totally different type of way.
Yeah, you gonna have to move.
You gonna have to move a type of way.
Like we was talking about earlier, bro. Them trauma bonds. You know what I'm saying? You create trauma bonds with people, and them be some of the fakest motherfucking connections that you can ever make.
I'm trying to tell you, they don't be real.
Made out of emotion. So
exactly.
You end up being the person. You know what I mean? You end up being the cash cow. You end up being the go-to man. You know, you got the bag. You know what I'm saying? You got the sauce, you got the juice, and you got these people behind you who you trauma bond with who ain't in the same position as you. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna tell you what's good for you. I don't feel like they is. You know what I mean? I think, you know, and you get caught up in that cycle, bro. You just ride for what you believe in. And it's like, I can't blame them. You know what I mean? One thing, no, hold on. Now, this one motherfucking thing that I got to say about FOOLIO. Charles Jones Jr. When it come to the things like, you know, like, oh, people whenever time you saw FOOLIO, you just saw him doing, you know, he's dissing this person, he's saying this to that person, you know what I mean, shit like that. But guess what? When it come down to it, guess what? Bro ain't, look, from far as I'm concerned, look, cuz ain't start none of that shit. It's like, in the city, it's like people got their favorites on who they favorite bad guy or some shit like that.
No, for real. I know, and almost damn near in any level or category.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
From like they best person or they best, like you said, they favorite villain. Like
your favorite, who your favorite bad guy? Ain't nobody good in this shit. I think this when Lil Cuz came back, he came back a little bit more disrespectful, a little bit harder, and shit like that. You know what I mean? Now, I don't agree with everything he did, but I don't know what Lil Dog was going through when it come to it. This shit different. You got this shit from Chicago that done channeled his way down here.
I'm trying to tell you.
You get what I'm saying? So really, truth be told, all these little niggas followers to me. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I see through the facade. I know where it started. I was born when it started. You get what I'm saying? If you 19, 20 years old, I saw where this shit derived from. You get what I'm saying? However you think, you know what I mean? Like this little goblin shit, this old, you just, you know, this old, you ain't did shit in your life, but you got on the mask.
Yeah, real.
So that make you certified or you qualified, you know what I mean?
And it's so crazy. Like I tell people all the time, like even with the young niggas, I be like, even that move y'all did, it's like that shit has always been done before you motherfuckers did that shit. I was telling somebody, I remember I was at the fair, I was like, damn, bro, I remember coming to the fair. Tree fit down, mask out. Like, bro, we did that. Like,
we did that.
Yeah, bro. We did that. And it's crazy. We the same ones who did that. Now I'm the same motherfucker who at the fair with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Showing my boys a good time. Like, I ain't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we elevate from that shit.
Yeah, boy.
And that's the problem I feel like with these young niggas these days. Like, you don't see the elevation from it. Like, yeah, that's what you gonna be right now, but I promise you, you're gonna eventually break that shit. It's gonna get old.
You wanna know why?
You're gonna get old. It was time where I remember I was in my late 20s or mid 20s, late 20s. And I remember looking at my coochie face and like, damn, he been gone now. I can't. Because the era changes, dog. You grow the fuck up, dog. You grow up, dog. You outgrow that shit, dog. And I hate that these young niggas that they crash out so early. They don't get to see the aspect. At one point, it's like, I'm telling young niggas now, it's like, it's funny because we was wild and running around, like, you know, listen to Boosie Webb, not having money, I said, but the reality of it is, you don't really see no real paper till you a certain age for real. So it's like, it's funny now, like, I can vibe to the Web and the Boosie now, cause like, should I live like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can rap that shit. Now back then it was just, you know what I'm saying? I get the idea of fighting for the life of it, but you know what I'm saying? It's really like more about the longevity. If you last long enough, you gonna see that. You gonna see it. Now you might not see it in your 20s where it was like turn, it was like that, but it's still gonna be turning in your 30s. You just gonna value it at a whole nother level.
You gonna value it.
But I love seeing you out like I promise you one of my favorite people when I see when you go on vacation, dog. When I come like that, I'm like, out, bro. I'm telling you, like, if you ever did a group shit, I would definitely, you talking about I would go on vacation because it's like your mentality on vacation is like, bro, I'm here.
Yeah, we gotta have some hoes with us
here.
too.
Yeah.
We got to, bro. Like, cause listen, I don't know what that. Bitch asked me about a boys trip. What is a boys trip? What the fuck is that,
I ain't
man?
never in my
I ain't
life.
never heard no shit
I
like
said,
that.
well, I'm bringing one with me because y'all boys tripping. I said, we can do a boys trip and everybody bring one with them. So I'm with that. But I love like your mentality, like you know what I'm saying, like you know I'm here, I'm embracing the moment.
I'm gonna embrace it.
I hate that the young, like when we young, when you were in the streets,
I think
you
I'm
don't
one
even
of them
think
niggas that
about
started
like
that too,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying?
You
You don't really even think about that. Like when you run the streets like that, you young, you like. Yo, you only got a passport. You know what I'm saying? You don't even, your mentality like, you like, oh yeah, like that. But it's like, shit, yeah, you get the money, but what the money about? Like, the money about, like, this type of shit. Like, making sure your people good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday I did Thanksgiving with my family. Like, y'all come through, I pay everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is about. You feel me? That's what it's about.
Because it's like this, bro. We cheating ourselves, bro. We cheating ourselves out of the shit that heaven promised us, bro. And what God promised us, bro. Like, you go out and you see these different nationalities, these different races. You know what I mean? Why the fuck you can't go out with your son and y'all got on y'all little ski suits and stuff, and y'all he falling and all this nice shit? Why? What I'm saying is, bro, like, your kids and y'all should be able to look at I think, matter of fact, before I quote this shit, free Kenny Caps, man. Straight up, Kenny K, man. Another young nigga who, you know, he seemed like he was going in the right direction and shit. You know what I mean? I used to like that little nigga, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say I used to, but you know what I'm saying? Bro, he got out of prison and seemed like he had his mind right, but I think it's something he said, bro, like, when I come outside, like, I want to look at the same moon. I want to see the same moon and the same stars or the same sun or some shit that nigga said, and that shit resonated me as this other kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to look at the same moon as the white boy. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the same trees and all this shit like the white boy. I don't want to come out here with this murder, kill shit on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And I think that shit was, you know what I mean? That shit sat with me for a minute, bro. And I'm like, yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, it's just trapped in these cycles, bro. Yeah. It's trapped in these conditions. Yeah. It's these conditions that's being set, bro. These conditions. And if you think that a story for a little black boy in Jacksonville is the same as a little story from a little boy in Houston, Texas, or Baltimore, or something like that, is a coincidence? It's not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's no coincidence there's no fucking coincidence that black people living the same lives and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Or teenagers doing the same thing. I
tend to tell people, bro, like, shout out to us, like the ones who got out the maze. You know what I'm saying? That kind of saw through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That wanted better. Like, I feel like I tell people all the time. I said, this is a mentality. Like you said, this started young. Yeah. This was a dream or something that had to be instilled in you at a young age, to where it's like, you know, I'm gonna endure the trenches and do what I gotta do, but I promise you I'm gonna make it out of this bitch. Yeah. I promise you I'm gonna, like, some of the places like that, my mama used to leave my mom, she was like, I love when you go on vacation, I just see you in another country. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't see that for you when you was young. Like, not because I couldn't, but it's the way you, like, the way you want to live, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know your mama can say the same thing. I know your mama is extremely proud of you. Yeah,
like this extremely proud of you. But look though, and then not only that, I mean, fuck that, like, when everybody be giving respect to these rappers and respect to these niggas, like, let me give some respect to my parents real quick, bro. Yeah. Cause, like, truth be told, bro, like, the reason why I was able to adapt and see that shit, because I was able to get both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama a soldier, bro. Like, a straight up motherfucking soldier. Really, truth be told, the stuff that she endured and made it through, you know what I mean? And what she accomplished now, you get what I'm saying? Even though I haven't seen everything, you know, when she was in her working stages when I was coming up. Still, she had the mindset implanted seeds in me to be able to maneuver through the bullshit. I ain't have no dumb mama. You get what I'm saying? So that's one thing I can't ever play like. That's why I don't pull this old I was hungry shit. All I ever wanted was a steak shit. All this little shit that dudes do, you know what I mean? This persona that these dudes try to do to make them seem like they more tough or something like that, you know, or rugged.
I don't get that shit. I'm like you said, to the point that you're a discredit who raised you is crazy.
Yeah, nah. If I went to sleep hungry, it's because I got my ass whooped and we forget. You know, some shit like that.
Yeah, facts. My mama always made a way.
Yeah, man. I don't know about y'all mamas and stuff like that, but You know what I mean? And then people look at you over time, and people develop a certain envy towards you because of who your parents is too, or how they think you was raised versus how they raised. Really, all of us want the better option.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate, man. But you gotta, it's even struggles with that though. Everybody got their own struggles. Like, you don't know what my people come from.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, shit, my mama, daddy, shit, he was in prison most of all his life. You know what I mean? Got out, dies of AIDS. Her mama was murdered in a murder-suicide.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? Her brother OD'd on, rest in peace to all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the conditions that they had to endure to get to where they go. So it's, shit, wise person told me, bro, like, the darkest part of the night, bro, is right before the sunshine, bro. So right before the sunrise. So it's like, I feel like God put certain people like that in position to be a light, bro. You got to be a light pole. But like I said, bro, I can't pull that old shit where it's like, oh yeah, like I was hungry. No, I ain't get every shoe that I fucking wanted.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I had to produce.
Facts.
And producing is where the A's, where the B's. You know what I mean? Shit, at least a motherfucking C, so I know you ain't in complete failure.
What's so crazy is I used to be like, I tell motherfuckers like that, even when you say like I ain't get that shoe, like I get that shit now. It's like, yeah, I ain't get that shoe, but my mom prepped me to a point that shit, nah, I don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
I got a whole fucking shoe room. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
it's crazy because back then you would outgrow that motherfucking sneaker anyway, it like that.
You gonna
Versus
outgrow it
now,
anyway,
when I buy a sneaker now, I got sneakers that can last about 4 or 5 years. They chilling, like, but because one, I ain't growing no more. My shoe size is what it's gonna be, but my mentality is a lot different. I had to work ethic, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's a little different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus like even when I preach that shit to my kids, like, yeah, my kids like the same shit I like, but like you said, you gotta produce, dog.
Yeah,
like,
man,
you gotta
like,
produce.
what?
And even when you produce, you still might get what
You
you
still
want.
might,
And that's the way life works,
bro.
dog.
I started
that's
out
the
school,
way life works.
I started out school with one pair of white, one pair of black.
Run it.
Go back to if you know me, go back to when I was never the fly kid, but my mama was doing her motherfucking thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like her mindset set me up for how I am now, bro. I ain't really look, you know what I mean? Look at me, bro. Like I don't put it on like that. You get what I'm saying? This shit in me.
Yeah.
You understand? I come from
feel
people
you on
who got that shit in them.
Yeah.
This shit ain't on me, bro. So it's
And
like
I feel like when you run across people like that, I tell people all the time, like, I'm the type of nigga where I ain't got to do the design or none of that for what?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't not knocking the next nigga who do it. That's
Nah.
what you want to do, that's your thing.
Bro.
But I'm fly as fuck regardless. Like,
Bro.
if I find a shirt somewhere, that bitch raw, I'm putting that shit on when I'm fly as hell.
Because truth be told, it's all about acknowledgement, bro.
I feel like it ain't the clothes, bro. It's always gonna be you.
it's the
I like the
nigga
nain't
in
who
it,
do
bro.
the most when it
It's
comes to
the
clothes.
nigga. It's
It
never
ain't
been the
never been
clothes.
you. So that's why you don't know what it feel like.
It's never been the
I've been
clothes.
around
It's
niggas
been
like
the
that.
nigga.
Like you one another nigga I know, like, man, we was always, even when we was in high school, like, shit, some niggas ain't wear the most expensive shit, but we were cool as fuck.
Yeah.
It's just what it was. Like,
Yeah, bro.
we were cool, we was good people. People
Man,
fuck with us.
I remember having shoe polish, all that shit, man. Hitting that back left corner of them
I'm telling
shoes.
you, dog.
Listen, man, and it wasn't like it was no struggle. I ain't trying to say like, oh, that's some struggle shit.
Yeah, nah.
But nah, you just keep,
that
you
was our
tighten
thing,
your shit up. You know what I mean?
That was the thing.
That's the thing.
That
So
was
it's
the
like,
thing. I remember
but
like cleaning the
you
floor,
gotta
throw a
think,
little white on that
the school year start, right?
Yeah.
You got 9 weeks to do your thing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
If you ain't, you know what I mean? You might not get no shoes till probably, you got a birthday coming up, and then you got Christmas break.
Yeah,
you
fact.
got
Or you
Christmas
got
break coming up.
Hold it down.
And what them grades look like to dictate all of that shit. If you got a parent with good morals and you know what I mean, or trying to raise you in a certain way. So nah, my parents tried to raise me right. I made decisions by myself that got me in certain situations, and I had to get my motherfucking self out. That's the bottom line, and that's just like most of y'all out there, and you just done stayed too long in that position, and you don't know how to climb out, and this shit end up swallowing you. You know what I'm saying? And now you trapped into that. And like, I could have easily, bro, I can count over 50 times I could have been a felon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On some shit, like, bro.
With you on that.
I'm talking about, bro, listen, man. So, I mean, I ain't start getting the J's and shit like that. You know, hold on, let me wind it back.
Yeah.
Early 90s when I was a jit, you know, daddy's still in the game type shit, you know what I mean? So we had little things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had a granddaddy, you know what I mean? He was in the game too, in and out. type shit. But when he come home, like he big, he G'd up.
type of thing,
you know what I mean? He got the cars that talking shit. This in the 90s and shit. Seatbelt. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm a jit. You know what I mean?
I remember that. Yeah.
Looking at this shit, he giving
I
niggas
remember
gold
them
ropes
days.
and stuff like that. Good old days. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But so I really ain't started getting fly like that till I started doing it myself.
Yeah, real.
I got me a job first. You know what I mean? I got me a job at the mall, bro. Got me a job at the mall.
Yeah.
My manager just so happened to be doing a little other shit. You know what I'm saying? Cameras broke. You know what I mean? And there ain't nothing working in this bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, I get the matter of fact, fuck it. I was at Cinnabon. You remember that shit? You can't remember that shit?
Yeah, boy, that's throwback as hell,
look,
boy.
that's throwback.
Yeah, definitely.
A nigga story is a nigga story, bro.
That's throwback.
I was at Cinnabon, bro, because I wanted me some, give me some, start getting me some little money and shit like that. Catch the little L7 from the north side to Avenues. Long ass ride too. So it took. You know what I mean? So look,
that boy said the L7, but that's throwback.
Yeah,
if you from the north, boy, you know the L7, dog. You got to, I told nigga like, but he thought, boy, you just took me back, boy. Yeah, you just took me back, boy. I'm telling you, if you on the north, then you know the L motherfucker.
Who you telling? Real north side, baby. That L7,
damn, boy, you just took me back on that one, boy.
You missed that L7, boy. You gonna be there for a minute waiting on that.
You
bitch
gonna
to
be
come
waiting,
back round,
boy. It gonna come, but you gonna be waiting for that one. You gonna be waiting for that.
Yes, sir, boy.
But you can count on that bitch to come. That's one thing for sure.
You can count on that bitch,
on the L7 to come.
You can count on that L7.
Shout out, man. Shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to L7. I don't know who whipping that bitch now, but that's a legendary bus,
That's a legendary bus.
Damn, boy, you
right
just
there.
took me back on that one, boy. You definitely took me back on that one, boy.
Yes, sir, boy.
Definitely
Catch that L7. You know what I mean? I got my little headphones in and shit. But look, so, you know, my manager, he was in and out. You know what I mean? So, you know, the first thing in a nigga mind is the take that and you know what I mean? Now people coming to your class, knocking on your window and shit. Oh, my book's in his locker. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go get his books out my locker. You know what I mean? Do a little that type of shit. But a nigga was sloppy with that too. So it's like, fuck I was doing, man. Really, truth be told, I don't even know what the fuck I was doing. I think it was just that testosterone started to kick up. You start wanting to be things. You start wanting to earn for yourself. And I think that's in every little young man. And I think
that's
go to
definitely my jet. Nah, he go to he going selling candy.
Yeah,
I take him to Sam.
We did all that. You remember that?
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like seeing my son, like, damn, but that's tradition. That's still
that's still a thing.
But I'm like, I appreciate that because majority of every nigga I know that was on that is a hustler for real. Like, right now, you feel me? So I told him like that's big. Like I like that mentality.
Yeah, you want to have things.
You want to have something.
You
like, want to make money. Like you really want to move something. I said that I love about you because that's what's gonna drive you later. Like keep that mentality. So that's big on that. Now let me ask you this though, like. I know we kind of had a little we was mentioning this the other day, like about the young men, the men in our generation right now.
Man, like, listen, look, this how they. Let me show you how these little niggas be. Go ahead.
You feel me?
Talk to me.
You feel me? Like
go ahead and talk to me.
You know how the young niggas be like.
How they be?
Just like this, chilling like a motherfucker, dog. I don't get it, dog. What's up? And then like I feel like as we've been condoning that shit. I feel like even with the memes, like the memes became a thing now. Like, oh, when the young niggas at the store, I'm like, man,
and that ain't really how.
And that ain't even how it is for real.
That ain't how it be.
Like, all whatsoever.
It's a agenda being pushed by like, I think from like people really don't understand how smart and how calculated the government is. You know what I mean? Like they pushing this little young nigga narrative right now. Because what it is, it's like right now, who is the leader in the black community? You can say, all right, black women, right? Because they earn more than black men right now. But honestly, all these little dudes' dads pretty much either failures or they locked up or they dead or they struggling. Yeah. You got them 1%ers out there going on. You got your U's. You got your, you know what I mean? It's a lot of great dads out there. That's one thing I can say about the people that's my age, the dudes that's my age, in our age group, y'all boys handling up, man. And I'm next too. I'm finna drop me some. But anyway, these young niggas, man, listen, I feel like they don't have no real identity like that. Like we just talked about how they kind of lacking certain things, certain qualities that men would give them.
Yeah,
so
real.
they come outside with their mama emotions, bro.
With their mama motherfucking
They come
emotions.
out with their mama
That's
emotions.
crazy. And they are we got certain niggas who
you got your mama emotions mixed with gangsta
it's so crazy.
rap.
I can make a young nigga cry, and I ain't talking about no hood shit.
Listen,
and I ain't
me
talking
too.
about what. I ain't talking about no. I tell niggas all the time, like, why would I be terrified of a nigga like that?
care, boy.
Like emotionally, bro, I can say one thing, bro. I had you in your mind, like, damn, bro, I'm fucked up. Like, and not even on some beef shit, just. Hey, bro, think about this, bro.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, damn, like, I'm tripping. I said, bro, because it's way bigger life than that. I said, like you said, we got enough of these old niggas who dealing with the shit they did, and they ain't where they need to be in life. So they glorifying this whole, like, oh, the young nigga this, the young nigga that.
Because
like,
these old ass niggas
I walk into a store with a gang of young niggas.
Listen, man.
I tell all niggas, it's an air, it's
a
presence that you give off. I said, I don't care, I ain't tucking nothing. Like, it's a presence like, oh, what's up, G? What's up, you good? Y'all boys straight?
Yeah.
Cool. Y'all boys stay out that bullshit. And leave that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, but you got these type of men that are in our age, in our period, they ain't never really still grasped that concept. And low key that idea of I don't fuck with them young niggas, that really you be really glorifying them type of shit.
You glorifying them and you a scary ass old ass man who
for no reason.
And you ain't doing your duty as a man. You get what I'm saying? Period. If you bowing down to these young niggas, or if you doing any of that, you never come up off your throne like that. But some of these people don't have no power base, bro, and don't have nothing to speak from. You get what I'm saying? They don't have no power base for these, these young dudes to even look up to. I can show a nigga, it's something, I just pull up some little shit, show you, hey, bro, look at this right here. You know what I mean?
Type shit.
But that's what I do on my little spare time when we were just kicking the shit. You know what I mean? Like with my jits and shit like that, they listen to me. I don't know about nobody else. And I don't necessarily like my jits because they ain't my jits. Like I ain't that type of person that like, oh yeah, my jits, so I'm gonna be like, hey, like I'll send my young jits. I ain't speaking on them in that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my young niggas up out of this shit, bro.
Facts. Whenever I get a chance to preach to a young nigga, dog, I'll be like, dog, it's so much bigger than what you in right now, bro. You have no idea. You bigger than what you going through right now, dog. Like, this just a phase, bro. I promise you. I know it feel like ride or die. Niggas gonna die for you left and right, but I promise you it's a facade. It's really
a facade, man.
It gonna get you niggas.
What that nigga Paul say, will all your homies ride, will they all get high and talk about how you died? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gonna have one or two options. Like, niggas gon' like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I ain't saying that like shit, even with my little cousin and stuff like that, street being quiet.
I feel like even when you like as a father, like, I got two boys, so it's like you got boys and you talking about, oh, young niggas, you tripping, cause guess what? You got two boys coming up. I got two kids that, not said like my boys don't glorify none of that shit, but I also know my boys around that shit. Like my oldest said to me the other day, my was like, he a baller, he play football. Like, my jet, man, he really good at it. Like, he really on his craft shit. But like, he was like, Dad, I want to go play at Reigns. He was like, that was J. Breezy played. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like he correlate that, but it's like you feel me? Like he correlate that, but it's like you gotta understand, like, how do I look being like scared of a young nigga, and I got a young nigga that I ain't gonna say he look up to it, but in his eyes, like, shit, J. Breezy known and he play ball. Like, he don't correlate the hood shit, but he correlate that.
Oh, J. played football.
Yeah, he played football, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of he correlate that together, but it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't on some, like, he don't know, like, the other type of ball. He don't know that deep shit they on. Yeah. He know, like, oh, J. is a known person. He know he rap and he ball. So he looking more like
that nigga J. can rap though.
He looking at the big talent wise, and I appreciate that about my son because he's not really looking at it in the hood sense. He looking at it like talent wise, like, dang, I can play ball and I can rap, like, and, you know what I'm saying? He on that type of time. So it's kind of like I look at like you can't be on that mentality of like scared of walking. I'm never scared of walking a group of young niggas. Like, for what? For what?
It ain't
like,
that serious, bro.
And it's crazy like that. I was like, man,
I feel
like that. I'm like, man, when them niggas like that, they young. Like, they coming from the trench like that, like, they can't smell that shit on you. Yeah. They'll smell that shit. One thing about it, they'll smell that shit on you.
And then not only that, this is what I learned too, man. Like, this is what I learned too. Like, you either you have to establish one thing about it. So timing and like the opportunity to make it known who you is, it have to be, you have to be persistent about it. You can't be a different nigga on different days. You get what I'm saying? You gotta be You know what I mean? You gotta let them know what you stand on, who you
Real.
is, and this what it is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Either you respect it or you're not. But you know, Jit, you ain't kicking it around me with that
bullshit.
shit. But and then not only that, I feel like it ain't no lines that separate from when you look at black men now. It ain't no real line that separate. To me, truth be told, if you look at it, it ain't no real line that separate the men from the jits almost. It's like this shit kind of blended so weird now.
Like,
You could look back in the
Yeah.
day and you could clearly see that that's a 35-year-old black male.
He rarely can see it.
And he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you don't even know, like that nigga look like he, you know what I mean? I don't know if that got something to do with the food or whatever it may be. Like shit changed a little bit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that genetical, like that engineering shit, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Then people go to fucking with certain shit, man, in the food and stuff like that. If you look at these little jits,
look at these jits now.
these jits small as fuck.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. And then the ones who ain't, either you small as
you,
fuck
either you
or you massive as a motherfucker.
Either you extreme. If you a young nigga, you either extremely huge or you extremely small.
There's no in between.
And
it's not like it was back in
if
the
you
day.
huge, 9 times out of 10 you playing
You
ball.
playing ball.
And if you small, you call yourself
So,
thugging or
yeah,
something like that.
That is true.
And you ain't
Because you know what's so crazy? You look at them young
you
niggas
ain't built
groups
for
where
that pen.
And it's crazy. When you look at these young niggas groups,
You ain't built
it's
for that
rarely a nigga that's 6-something, 250. Like, it's rarely a big nigga in that
You
bitch.
ain't
He on
built for
some
that
other
pen
shit.
like that.
Yeah,
And
he
not
on something
only
else.
that, hold on, let me put me some more.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, do you.
Just a little.
Yeah, do you.
I gotta go eat me something too, man.
Yeah, who you telling?
Man, look. It's like the little niggas who killed FOOLIO, or allegedly killed FOOLIO. I don't know. Whatever, you know what I mean? Let everybody figure that shit out. However, you know what I mean?
I like your mentality.
Niggas,
Like,
you know what I
I ain't
mean?
following
Like,
that shit,
I ain't following it up because that shit gonna do is work regardless. Like that shit gonna buff itself out. However, you know what I mean? Like that's something that, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna go too deep off of that, but like, yeah, when it come to that, like, bro, look at the people who allegedly murdered FOOLIO.
Yeah.
These don't look like
killers.
Whatsoever.
At all whatsoever.
You know, one of them little niggas was a video game player. Like, I think he was like on some like, you know, like
the
a real gamer and like
crazy.
was like known for gaming. Like he actually had like clout because he was a person that really used to game.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Now, what's their affiliation and all that? I don't know. But this ain't no diss, and the truth can never be a diss, by the way. When I speak the truth ain't never no diss. So just keep that in mind, cause ain't, you know.
Yeah.
But he just, you know what I mean? Like, but it go to show you anybody can kill you, but anybody can pick up a gun too. It's like one of them things, bro, like these little niggas, man. They come from out their mama house. They coming straight from YouTube, social media, straight to you sliding. You ain't even made a measly grand yet.
I feel like, and even with I feel like the music plays such a big role in it right now these days, because it's kind of like, you know, we grew up on, you know, yeah, we grew up on your Boosie, your Webby, but they never rapped about senseless killing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They definitely rapped about if a nigga played with you.
Boosie talked about defense.
We talked about exactly.
Yeah,
but majority of the other time was, you know, make that bread, flash out with you, you know, do right by your people, take care of your family, take care of your kids.
And
like, we had niggas who rapped about, like, you know what I'm saying, rapped about shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real deal rapped about, like, yeah, we come to the street, but like, you know what I'm saying, do good with your people, take care of your family, like, make sure your mama
take care of your
good,
family,
make sure your kids, you got a homie who died, take care of their kids, like, you really rapped about like that real shit,
like
this
that
new
real
day
shit. This new
man,
shit ain't, it's so everything either far left or far right. Everything's extreme. Nothing is like. It ain't no little medium or nothing like that. It ain't like, oh yeah, and I be getting my money, I be fucking bitches, I be doing this. It's like, nah, nigga, you know what I mean? I got my mask on, I'm sliding, I got, you know, shit like that. Everybody's sliders. Now, when really that wasn't the case, ain't nobody everybody ain't never been sliders. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just one of them things that, bro, like that defense shit, bro. You ain't gotta be no tough ass nigga to be no man, bro. Like, people will know just by how the way you carry yourself and the stuff that you stand on. You know what I mean? And I got a real line. Like, I think, bro, like my line is like, long as you ain't really causing no true pain to me, or you ain't trying to cause no real harm to me, then I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I done saw past word, but I see past the N-word now, depending on where I'm at, bro.
Yeah, real.
Like, you know what I mean? That's
real.
a surface battle for real,
No,
bro.
for real,
and if
for
you
real.
can be defeated by that in 2024, then you
go-
might
yeah,
be
you need
weak
to- yeah,
mentally.
No,
you
no,
get
for
what I'm
real.
saying?
Real shit. No,
If you go,
man, I'm telling you, and I feel that because man, I was just I don't know if you seen, I was just in Cleveland last week. So you know, I'm down there with the Browns fans, still a fan, all that. But you know what I'm saying? I heard it flying across them, but it's like, man, that shit don't.
Yeah.
For me to act out of crazy for some shit like that, me spaz on this white person, for them to call a white cop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it don't make sense, bro.
Nah, it's
man,
bait.
for me to get on the
It's a
phone
bait.
and for me to get on the phone with my dog,
trying to
and the
bait
first
you.
thing he gonna say, my nigga, what's up? Like,
yeah.
why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that shit don't move me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, you nigga? Yeah, I am.
Nah, well, when it comes to that, I'm way too smarter than them. And when
Come
I
on,
say
fact.
smarter than them,
you
like,
want
I
me?
got
You
more,
want the reaction because
Yeah,
if I turn
no.
up, you gonna shrink.
You want that?
Yeah, you gonna make it
reaction.
seem like I was
You
the
need me
for
as
what?
your energy
For
source
what?
to basically goddamn, to acknowledge your existence. You get what I'm saying? Because there's not really too many places where
Man.
their existence acknowledged. They don't have a lineage and a history like
Yeah.
that to be acknowledged. So sometimes they feel unimportant.
Yeah.
So to do, you know what I mean, to feel important and stuff like that, they draw to us for certain things. You see it with the kids and shit.
That's
like
real.
they like what we do.
They
you
do,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
Man, I tell people all the time, I said, the thing about that, because somebody was telling me, it was like, man, even with Don Leo, like, Don Leo's so big now. I said, the thing about it, I said, the consumer market goes, whatever black people are into, that's what we're going to sell.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's going to pop. Because people of another nationality are going to look at, they culture vultures. They're going to
That's
look at
it.
what we are doing and say, bet,
Yeah.
that's what I want to buy.
That's what they want
That's
to
what
buy.
I want to buy.
It's just that.
I
that's
said,
a-
all this designer, mirror, this, like that. I said, it ain't big because
Bro,
white people.
can we-
It's big because of us.
It's big because of us, bro. And then,
I said, if we said we ain't rocking that shit no more,
Yeah.
I said, any designer we started with that we don't rock with no more, fell off.
Yeah.
Coogee. All that
Coogee.
shit fell off.
Coach.
We were big.
That
All
shit
that
fall-
shit fell
that shit
off.
fall
because
off.
whatever we rocking with is what they gonna sell.
That's what I'm
if
saying.
we ain't rocking with it,
we
then we ain't
is the
selling.
designer, stupid. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Figure it out.
we're the designer. You understand?
niggas still ain't figured that shit out yet.
They ain't figured
Niggas
that
still
out
ain't
yet.
figured that shit
Me,
out yet.
personally, bro, when it come to that little topic, that shit be funny to me, bro, because y'all know me. All right,
Yeah.
when it come to certain shit, bro, like, I'm not, me personally, I just can't do it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I seen people have that bag
Yeah.
and actually secure their fucking future.
Real
You
shit.
get what I'm saying? And then I also seen people who was designer, dripped up every motherfucking day, but a nigga die, and I gotta go fund you, nigga. I got on Nike, nigga.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So where the fuck? You get what I'm saying? Where that?
I mean, you
like,
niggas
where,
go
what's
fund.
that?
Niggas be supposed
Like,
to go
you sh-
funds to certain niggas.
you
and a
shitted
nigga
on-
dripped out in
yeah.
Gucci. Like, nigga, what?
Yeah, you
You
was,
ain't got no life inside your
in your
pocket,
caption, you was shitting on me or something. You know what I mean?
Facts.
However the fuck.
And now your people on
Like,
here asking
bro,
about a GoFundMe.
Go
Man,
fund
y'all
me.
niggas
You
lost,
know what I
man.
mean? Like,
Y'all
that's
niggas
one
lost.
thing. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, bro, what's important to black people has always been a thing. It's a video floating around. I've been seeing it. Like the Negro
Yeah.
just want to be acknowledged, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
real.
and some
Damn,
people don't
some
have
good
that shit in them, to where it's like, you know, they don't feel comfortable with themselves. They feel
Yeah.
like they have to put that stuff on
Yeah.
to look like something and look important. You know what I mean? And we forget the things that's actually important, like your fucking health,
Yeah.
like your the way that you eat and stuff like that. We neglect those things and we put the shit on, you know what I mean, to cover all this shit. You know what I mean? It's so
Yeah.
much trauma involved with black people. At least we can look nice is what people be. I
Man.
think that's the mind frame, and that's kind of like, without them even knowing it, subconsciously, like, you just automatically do that. You know what I
That's some
mean?
deep shit, though. That's some deep
Like,
shit.
damn, bro. But I done seen it too many times. Like, dudes, designer drip down. You know what I mean? Hey, boy, that shit clean.
Yeah.
It look nice, boy. Niggas be fresh. I ain't no soldier hater. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
but
yeah, it
when you
look
die, I don't want to have to go fund you though.
Facts. One thing about me, I tell people, even with my accident, I say one thing about it, something would have happened to me, my boy straight. Wouldn't have been no GoFundMe going around this bitch type shit. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
if you want to get something to my people,
Where your life
yeah,
insurance?
if you want to get something to my
policy at?
mama, that's just out of kindness of your heart.
Where your
Other than
life
that,
insurance policy at, man?
Come on, man.
Where your life insurance?
I got
policy
3 of them
at?
motherfuckers, man. Stop playing. Like,
That's
type
what I'm
shit,
saying,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying?
So it's like, you got these dudes too, like, they just doing it literally because you know, it makes them look like money to women. You get what I'm saying? So some dudes lead out like that. You know what I mean? And that's what women will, you know, some women flock to you like that. But guess what, boy? They still be coming back, though, to that nigga in the tank top, bro.
Facts.
And getting slayed,
and getting
bro.
slayed.
Like,
Listen, why we
if you
even
that nigga, you that nigga. It don't matter, bro.
what you got on, my
it
boy.
Don't fucking
now
matter.
that ain't the God honest truth.
If you
boy.
that nigga, you that nigga. If you that man, you that man. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
So to you know what I'm saying, I know we getting on time, but to since you brought up women, boy.
Yeah.
But you know you don't let up. You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
don't not to say like in a bad way, but you don't let the bullshit fly when it come to that. Like what's your take on like
I
the
don't let up.
like dating now, like the women type of where we at right now, like because you know what I'm saying.
I like what you said. I don't let up because I don't let up on black people. I got a vision
Here.
for all of us. I talk about these niggas.
Yeah.
I talk about these young niggas.
You definitely do.
I talk about my sisters too.
Yeah.
So when it come to that, that's why I don't let up because y'all my sisters first.
Yeah.
And really, truth be told, I just
real.
want to see y'all in a better place.
Yeah.
Ultimately, bro.
Yeah.
That's where that come from. So sometimes my you know, my intent hidden in the message, you know what I mean? Or in the way that I deliver it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really, I just want to see everybody better, bro. But the way that I feel about that, bro, is like women have to, you know, they have to get back to their feminine ways or
we got a lot of Mr.
Everybody got to get back to their way. Men got to get back to their masculine energy.
No, for real.
Women got to get back to their feminine energy, and I feel like that creates that shit that they call the prize.
Yeah.
I don't think a woman the prize. I don't think the man the prize. I think what they create and what they're able to combine with those two different chemical balances.
Yeah.
That's the fucking prize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You idiot.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things. Somebody getting ready to walk in here.
Oh, that's my
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just me. Like at least acknowledge it. That's it. I know we ain't in that environment, but yeah, man. So I think ultimately, bro, it's just one of them things. You got them females who, you know, they're not even being good mothers anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like let's start there. Like a lot of things happen from there, and then not only that, it's like, what type of men do you choose to support?
Yeah.
You can't go out into the community and you choose from the drug dealer. You choose from the whoever. This ain't a knock on them, but this is what you are choosing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you come up with something, y'all have a kid or whatnot, and then you upset about the situation like you didn't have no foresight about like what the outcome would possibly be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be a little bit lost on that. Like, did God not give everybody foresight or like
discernment,
or
man.
discernment or something like that? Like, listen, man, like you can't pull from trash and be looking for gold. You know what I mean? Like, nobody throwing gold in trash. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, bro, and no real good woman wants to multiply with a degenerate man, bro. Because it's like, this is the same environment that they have to raise their children in. You understand? Like, so if you dating a killer and you gonna have babies with a killer, what the fuck you know what I mean? What do you
expect to possibly produce?
Yeah, what are you trying to?
That's real.
What you support? I know females with 3 dudes in the graveyard and 2 in jail, and they got kids by all of them. You a witch.
I just said something about the other day. I was saying like a lot of these girls. I said I'd be careful about dating somebody who got so many men that's in jail or locked up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Listen, some of that shit be unfortunate, but some of y'all know what y'all be doing. Like, it's one of them things where like they find a dude who, those dudes we just was talking about, who have low self-esteem. Okay. However, they solidified themselves through some lane, like in the streets or something like that. But that shit still exists in the streets. Just because you're a street dude, you're a street nigga, and you getting money or something like that, don't got nothing to do with your self-esteem or anything like that, right? So women know how to find out your weaknesses and they'll play on that. They're going to feed off that lifestyle and certain things like that. You know what I mean? But what are they telling you? Yeah, you got them females be like, yeah, well, I was telling him to change his life and all that different stuff like that. I don't be trying to hear that shit, man. Like, you know what this man was a part of. You know what this man was doing, and you chose to stay and have children with this man. And now it's
possibly
like,
recreate that new cycle.
Like now I'm like, cry me a river, bro, because it's like, you know, you made them choices. Like, where the accountability in the, you know, in the decisions that you made, bro. Like, so yeah, everybody just got to do better, man. The sisters got to do better. The men have to lead from the front, and that's just really the bottom line, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and you got to be a strong man to do that. And everybody ain't no strong man, bro. So.
Well, I appreciate you for coming to rap with me, dog. It was a lot. You know, we have been trying to get this one done for a little minute, though.
Yeah.
I was happy for the people to get a different perspective.
This is my first time doing something like this, too.
Yeah,
so
I appreciate you, dog.
Weird on this shit and everything. I ain't used to, you know, people don't even get up on me like that anyway, boy. Like, it's one of them things.
I even appreciate something that you even told me resonated with me going forward. This is about, like, you know what I'm saying, it's a privilege for people to sit next to you. Type of thing. And I appreciate you for instilling that in my spirit. Like, I ain't never really looked at it like that, but since you haven't told me that, I remember you told me that. That might have been about 2 months ago you said that. And like, it resonates with me, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, about the decision making when I makes to put somebody on this platform.
Yes, sir. So real quick, what made you branch off into this? You know what I mean? I know we ain't reversing the roles real quick. I just want to see you, like, because, you know, you my boy, we go back.
Let me give the people a little something before we close out.
You know,
it was really more, you know what I'm saying, like, on some spiritualness. I get something deep on spiritualness. Probably like right after my daddy died, I actually had a dream. And in my dream, I couldn't really tell what I was doing, but I know I was on a mic and there was a bunch of people in the crowd. And like, I wasn't singing, wasn't doing nothing crazy like that, but when people ask me, when I tell the dream, they be like, what was you doing? I was like, I can't tell you what I was doing. All I know I was being me.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing, but I know I was being me. So I remember, like, it was kind of like a little, it was weird because, you know, in dreams, I feel like when you dream of certain stuff, to correlate different things, like you would dream of certain thing. Like, so the judges were like Jill Scott and like Method Man. It was somebody weird, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was somebody of status. So,
Redman and ODB
type of thing.
Some shit.
It was like people of status. So it was crazy because, like, they kind of gave me a nod on what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then after that, in the dream, I called my mama. And I remember I called my mama and I cried. One thing about it, when I go through something like monumental in my life, like accomplishing, me and my mama cried out. That's just our thing. So it was kind of like, when I woke up, I knew something was on me about it. So after the accident happened, you know, with me almost losing my life, just came to me, man. I came and met my boy Mike, you know. I came and met them, and it went from there, man. It was just something that I started doing, and, you know, I hope that it's a blessing for me to do it now, but and I'm in hopes that it can change my kid's life for life.
That's good,
you know
bro. And I hope it
to be honest with you, it's one of the things I'm telling you. I was mad at my son, but he was like, Dad, I was in class, I was watching your show. Like, that means something to me. That bigger than somebody coming to me and telling me, like, oh, bro, I caught your show. Like, my jit, like, even though I got on, like, he in school. I'm like, bro, you supposed to be in school.
Shout out to Lil Boat,
you know what I'm saying? But just, you know, just that mentality. So I hope that, other than them being proud of me now, I hope that I could change. It could be growing to something where I change their life. So
that's good. It look good on you too, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Like, you know what I mean? You one of them people, bro. Like, you always been comfortable in who you was.
I appreciate that.
That's the reason why I can still chop it up with you. I don't chop it up with everybody like that, bro. You always been comfortable in who you is, and I think I can respect that, bro. I always respected that, bro. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. But all right, man, we gonna close it on out, man. Shout out to my boy coming through, man.
Yes, sir.
It's all love. For my people, man, December 15th, man, I got the BoatTalk tour drive. It's going to be big. Keep following me. I'm going to drop I already got the address out and everything. Y'all come out and support. Any sponsors want to come out and give some stuff out for the kids. All the proceeds, any money, any toys given away is all going to the kids, man. So
shout out Shab, man.
Yeah, shout out Shab, man.
Shout out Shab.
I gotta get Shab on it. So hopefully y'all, let's hope that the next episode be Shab, because I gotta get my boy here. He was doing big. We ain't giving season right now. So just shout out to everybody, man.
My boy Shab be giving, boy.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, my thing is, like, if you're in a position to give, I don't care what it is, man. Find something to give to somebody, man. Find something to donate to somebody, because there's some people out here that really need it for real, man.
Sir.
And we some of us in a position to be you know, a lot, you know, blessed at where we at right now. So if you got, I don't care if it's $1, $2, man, something, like anything can help. So if you're in a position to give, you know what I'm saying, whether it be stopping at Family Dollars, getting a little $5 tour, dropping off somewhere, man, you never know, man. Stuff like that be monumental to people, like going forward in their life years later. Some people don't ever forget stuff like that, and it changes their life for good. So as we get ready to go through the holidays, man, show love, peace, man, do what y'all need to do, and man, I appreciate y'all, man. Show the love, man. We getting into it, like, it's a good time, especially this time of the year, to people who done lost their family members. You know, all of them need, they need that type of love right now. So just surround yourself around love, man. We need it right now, especially with we're going into a new year, new president. You know, we don't really know how things gonna turn out for everybody, but man, for real, man, y'all show love, man. If you ain't got nothing else, it costs nothing to show love.
He kind of old president too. Y'all did okay when he was in there the first time.
We gonna ride it out. Yeah, we gonna ride it out. We gonna do what we do.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't got to. Don't hurt yourself.
Ain't no president ever gonna get in the chair and really change the true course of your life like that.
My
if
dog
you got
said,
real intent.
My dog Sam said the same thing last week. He said, no, he said, I don't ever feel like no president's gonna really change that much about my life to the point that, like, you know what I'm saying, other than policies and stuff, but the way I get up, the way I live, the way my morals and things like that ain't never gonna change.
Bro, I was disappointed, bro, that the first thing people was talking about was just that, like, oh shit, like, my nigga can't leave it in no more.
Or
some shit.
Yeah.
Come on,
like, the
man.
mentality,
Like, that's the real.
You should already be practicing.
Come on, man.
Regardless,
you got to do better.
We gonna say that one for another one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, you should already be on that. But
no more leave it in, baby, and shit like all that. Come on, man.
This go back to my boy saying.
Everybody politicians every 4 years, like, I don't like that shit, man. Like, come on, man. No,
as my boy said,
like, you a stripper on here talking about like laws and shit. Now, get the fuck out of here, man.
As my boy said, man, we all got to do better, man. We all got to do better. Man. Until next time, man, I appreciate y'all. All love.
No hate to the strippers either, by the way.
Yeah, no hate to strippers. I got to get a stripper on here one day now. We got to get because we need to get 8% on a lot of stuff.
Going up in the back and shit, somewhere in the corner.
Man, you crazy. But man, I love y'all, man. Until next time, man. Peace.
Sicker.